And so we got a lot of questions that are being raised, and everything in the universe is questions and answers in order to get something done. There are always plenty of questions and not enough answers. Always. And this is why we have a non-constructive world, because we have more questions than we have constructive answers to those questions. So when questions are raised, you want all of your answers to be constructive, so that when people act on the basis of the answers, you have a constructive effect. So before what they call the Supreme Court in this area of the world right now, they have some questions, and it seems, as of the last 24 hours or so, that there is a big question about what the answers are going to be. And so from what I understand so far, there's a lot more questions to be asked and a lot more questions to be answered on this subject of sex in the form of what they call gay marriage. And so it raises a lot of questions, just like you have mentioned, about the use of words. We have something called gay. What does that mean? You have something called marriage. What does that mean? Because it seems like the whole idea of what they call marriage is going to change now for everybody in the world. It's going to have a different meaning altogether, or maybe no meaning at all. It may come to that. It may be that there's no such thing as marriage. It may come to that. We don't know. That's why we have a lot of questions. And then we got another factor in there that's been mentioned. And you mentioned it too. Another word. Love. What is love? What exactly is love? What exactly is not love? And then you have love, marriage, sex, gay, non-sex, homosex, transgender sex, and then it seems like the trans part is beginning to blend into all kinds of trans this, trans that, trans, how many trans can you have? And what do all of these trans mean? Trans back and forth and back, up and down, where are we going? And in order to arrive where? Someone said happiness. Someone said expressions of love. But then it gets into, like you just said in the introduction to the program, what do these words mean? And right now on the burner is, what does marriage mean? What does gay marriage mean? What does non-gay marriage mean? What does gay mean? What are we talking about? What's going on here? According to whom? So you got different perspectives. Depends on who's talking. Someone is after something. And when you mix in, like I said, it's definitely always there, something called race. Now you have a lot of questions that have to be answered, and answered very thoughtfully and very slowly and very, 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 very carefully. Because otherwise, you might have something that is really, using another word, super undesirable.